Welcome to another installment of the Lightest and Best, where we look at the lightest and best offerings that a variety of knife manufacturers has to offer. Today we're going to look at Lionsteel's TRE. It's a wonderful knife, a beautiful knife, and it has one of the best presentation cases, I think, in the industry. Look at this. It's a wooden case that has a milled cutout for the knife, a cutout for a T6 and a T8 Torx driver on a keychain, and they have a place to store the flipper tab, which is removable, the thumb disc, which is removable, and then they have two dummy screws to put into those empty holes so that you don't get crumb or grunge in there and keep them clean. Well, let's go ahead and start talking about the knife. Lionsteel TRE is designed by Michele Muleta Pensato and manufactured in Italy. It's available in carbon fiber with a titanium scale on the other side, which is the one I have, a G10 titanium, which is the same weight, except it's $80 less expensive, and a full titanium scale with titanium on both sides that's $100 more and 0.4 ounces heavier. The TRE won the 2015 Knife of the Year award by Blade Magazine. It comes with this beautiful wooden box, as I've mentioned, with the T6 and the T8 Torx driver. This is beautiful because some knife manufacturers almost discourage you taking their knives apart. There are others who encourage it. Chris Reeves and Lionsteel are two that come to mind. Let's talk about the specifications of the knife. The blade length is just under 3 inches. It measures 2.91 inches. The handle length is 4 inches. The total knife length is 6.89 inches, and the weight is 2.19 inches. We have a variety of knives here for comparison. First off, the Shirogorov Neon is a little bit larger. The Hinder XM18 3-inch is a little bit larger also. We have a Benchmade Mini Grip Tillion, which is about the same size. Maybe the Lionsteel has a little larger handle. And we have the Kershaw Leek, which has a little longer blade, I believe. And last but not least, we have the Benchmade Valet. The Benchmade Valet I put in there because their weights are almost exactly the same. The only difference is the Lionsteel has 1/100th of an ounce higher weight, and as you can see, you get a lot more knife with the Lionsteel. The blade is a stone-washed blade that has a drop point and is made of Bowler M390 steel. The spine has swedging, which ends about 2 centimeters before the end of the handle, the end of the knife tip, to maintain tip strength. The spine is completely crowned all the way back to the tang. There is no jimping, but the thumb disc provides good grip for a secure purchase. The blade is a full flat ground all the way to the secondary bevel. The method of deployment is what's interesting about the TRE because there are 3 methods and all are removable. First is the flipper. You can tell it has a T6 Torx bit there. You can unscrew this and you can store it if you don't want that. Or there is the thumb disc. And the thumb disc is my preferred method. The other way is that you can take the thumb disc and the flipper tab off and just deploy it with your fingers like this. This is important for a knife made and used in Europe because there are some countries, such as Denmark, which prohibits a knife that has capacity for one hand opening. The detent is a difficult thing because it's hard to straddle the line between what you need for a flipper detent, which is a strong detent, and what you would need for a thumb stud deployment, which is a weak detent. And this straddles the line on the side of the thumb stud. You get a brisk opening with the thumb stud, but the flipper opening is really kind of weak. The flipper is well made. You fully deploy it and the deployment angle comes out at about 45 degrees. The detent is just a little weak to get it. If you really preload it, you can get it out there, but otherwise you just fall short. It's like it needs a little Viagra. The handle is made of carbon fiber on the show side and titanium on the lock bar side. Both the titanium and the carbon fiber are extensively milled out for lightness. The titanium side is beautiful. It has some fine radiused millwork that gives you a little bit of grip and is smooth at the same time. The knife has a floating titanium backspacer secured with 3 screws. It also has a lanyard hold for those of you who use lanyards. The pivot runs on caged bearings, and on the lock bar side has a triangular seat so that when you're undoing the Torx bit on the show side, you don't need to secure this. It won't rotate. The lock bar has a steel insert that doubles as an over-travel stop. The pocket clip is a titanium milled 3D pocket clip and functions very nicely. Orientation is right-hand tip-up carry only. So what are my impressions of the Lionsteel TRE? Are there opportunities for improvement? Certainly. The knife honestly doesn't flip very well. This is more a design choice by the maker than a criticism. And the clip overlies the lock bar. It should be canted to the side so that whenever you press down on it, it doesn't close the knife. Chris Reeve made a similar decision with the Inkosi and the Sabenza. The Sabenza came out with a clip overlying the lock bar, so whenever you gripped it and tried to open it, it was difficult to open. He corrected this error when he made the Inkosi. He canted the lock bar a little bit toward the frame so that when you press on the lock bar, you're pressing on the frame, not on the lock bar. What do I like about the knife? I love the presentation box. It's one of the best in the industry. It has 2 Torx drivers, a T6 and a T8, and it has a perfectly fashioned recess for the knife. It's milled exactly to the size and shape of the knife. It's the best presentation of any box I've seen. They thought of everything. They even have dummy screws whenever you decide to store the thumb disc or the flipper tab. What do I like about it? It has M390 steel, which is one of the best steels in the industry. I appreciate also on the clip side the triangular pivot so that it doesn't rotate whenever you're loosening the pivot on the show side. The titanium 3D milled clip is beautiful and functional, as is the radius milling on the titanium side. One of the best things I like about it is it's a full function, full 4-finger grip knife that weighs less than 2.2 ounces. By using quality materials and milling them extensively, they produced one of the lightest and best knives on the market. I'll let you enjoy it now.